Front and center on Capitol Hill on Tuesday. Lawmakers held a hearing on undocumented women and children being held at detention centers in the United States. Two former detainees and a whistleblower who worked at one of the family detention centers testified. The hearing comes just days after a federal judge ruled the Justice Department's current system of detaining children with their mothers violates an 18-year-old court settlement. With me now, Arizona Democratic Congressman Raul Grijalva. Congressman, good to see you. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you, Jose. Appreciate it very much.
What stuck out most to you at this hearing?
The testimony of the two moms. It was particularly emotional and very, very honest, and talked about their children primarily and the scars and the effects of being in prison with their moms for up to a year. These are women that came during that wave of people fleeing Central America and coming to the United States seeking asylum and refuge. And they were essentially put into a detention center prison, and Judge G in the California court ruled that was a violation of the treatment of women and children, and that they should not be there, and the administration should dismantle that. The Florida settlement was upheld as well, and referenced that there needs to be an entirely different treatment for women and children that are essentially not criminals. They have not even broken an immigration law. They're here seeking refugee status, and as they are assessed, that's the process. And they weren't assessed, and they've been waiting in prison, and now it's time to close that place.
Yeah, Congressman, as you know, there were literally tens of thousands of unaccompanied minors with their mothers or fathers that came over the border last summer. So the United States has a responsibility to deal with that once they cross into the United States. Where else should they be held? What else should have happened to these people?
I think Dr. Sayas, the Dean of College of Social Work at the University of Texas, testified that there is a whole different treatment. It is a treatment in which, yes, they go through a process to establish whether there's credible fear. And if there's credible fear, they're eligible for asylum and refugee status. But that they should be with their families. They should be in a setting that is family conducive, and should not be in a setting that is more compassion than punitive. And in a prison setting, the harm that it does psychologically in the long term and in the short term, the harm that it does to both the women and the children is something that the judge and the good doctor indicated there's a whole other process that assures that they're going to show up for their court dates, and assures that the process will be carried out with the help of attorneys and with the help of social workers. This is about helping and supporting these women and their children. It is not about detention, and it shouldn't be about a prison environment.
Arizona Congressman Raul Grijalva, thank you for being with me. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you a lot, Jose. I appreciate it.
Thanks. We're just